In today's lesson, we'll be looking at the angles of triangles. We'll be specifically looking at the interior and exterior angles. After this lesson, you should be able to understand that the sum of the interior angle measures of a triangle is 180. Hopefully we actually already know that. And we will also be able to find the measures of interior and exterior angles of triangles. Let's first define interior and exterior angles. So interior angles are going to be on the inside of the triangle. And notice with these two examples, we also extend out the sides with this to help us, one, visualize the interior part of the angles, but more importantly also to get and see where those exterior angles are. See, now the exterior angles are always going to be formed by one of the sides of the triangle and then also another side of the triangle. So one of the sides are extended out and then one is not extended out, and it forms that exterior angle. It's not going to be this part right here where it's part of two extensions, or in other words, it looks like it's vertical across from the interior angle of the triangle. So it has to be one extension of a side and then connected to another side forms that exterior angle. Now, interior angle measures of a triangle, hopefully we are comfortable with this now, especially because at the beginning of the year we did an investigation looking at multiple different triangles and measuring the angle measures in those triangles and adding them all up. And we did multiple problems where we found missing angle measures. So hopefully we know and understand that the three interior angles for a triangle add up to be, and always add up to be, 180 degrees. We can use that knowledge in order to find missing angle measures or to solve for x. So this is going to be very similar to what we did way back at the beginning of the year in chapter 1. We are just reviewing and then also extending on to exterior angles. As we have done in the past, we're going to take our three interior angles and we're going to add them up or find the sum, which we know is 180 degrees. Our first interior angle is x plus 4, and it doesn't matter where we start. Remember, these parentheses right here is just letting us know that it goes together to find our degrees. When I write it in my equation, I do not need to write the parentheses, and that often confused you guys in the first chapter. And whenever you wrote that parenthesis, you wanted to do distributing, which you don't do here. You just want to be adding. My second angle is x, and my third angle is 90 degrees. Again, I can add them in any order, and it adds up to be 180 degrees. Now, hopefully this looks familiar to us, and we're getting a little bit more confident and comfortable with our multi-step equations. We're finding our like terms. Here's an x and an x, so we get 2x. Then I also have the like terms of 4 and 90. Remember, they're on the same side of the equal sign, so I'm just going to do what it says or tells me to do. And it says to add them together, which is 94. And then now I have like terms on the opposite side, so my 94 and my 180, I'm going to subtract to move it over to the other side. And then I'll divide by 2 to get x equals 43. Now in this, it just tells us to find the value of x, but if it told us to go back and find the angle measures, I would look here and it's just x, so it'd be 43 degrees. And then up top, it's 43 plus 4, so that means that it's 47 degrees. Just so that you know, if it says to find the angle measures, we go back and do that. Why don't you guys pause the video and try number 2. Okay, hopefully we were able to successfully do number 2 on our own. If not, just follow along. So my interior angles, I'm going to start with the 31 degrees, going up to the x, plus 42, and then equals 180 degrees. Combine my like terms. The 31 and the 42 gives me 73. Move my 73 over. And I get x equals 107 degrees. Now, exterior angle measures of a triangle. The measure of an exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the measures of the two non-adjacent interior angles. So let's break down some of these words here because there's a lot going on here. So we have this exterior angle Z right here. It has the extension of one side and it's connected to the other side. If you think about this for a minute, we could call this last interior angle maybe angle A. We know that x plus y plus a equals 180 degrees. Well, if A and Z form a straight line like they do here, those also make 180 degrees. So I could also say from here that A plus Z equals 180 degrees. Since these two guys are the same here, then that means that Z must be the same as x plus y. And looking back at our rule here, our theorem, this is exactly what it says. Z equals x plus y. So again, our two non-adjacent means not touching that exterior angle. Angle A would be touching that exterior angle Z. X and Y are not touching it. And then, so those two interior non-adjacent angles add up to be the same as Z, our exterior angle. So Z equals x plus y. Let's do a couple practice problems so we can see how this works with actual angle measures. So in number 1, we have our interior angles that are not adjacent, not touching this exterior angle. Here's my exterior angle right there. Here's my interior angle A and my interior angle B. They are not touching this 112. This angle right here would be touching it. I would call that ACB, but that's not the one that I'm looking at. I'm looking at this angle A and this angle B are my two interior angles, and when I add them together, it's going to equal my exterior angle of 112 degrees. So x plus 32 equals 112 degrees. And then I'm going to subtract, and I get x equals 80 degrees. Let's also do number 2 together, and then you'll have one of these exterior angle problems to do on your own, and we'll check together in class. So our exterior angles on this one, or our exterior angle on this one, is 3A. Our interior, non-adjacent interior angles is A plus 7 and 87. So we have A plus 7, again just ignore those parentheses, plus the other interior angle of 87, and it equals 3A, our exterior angle. So I have like terms on the same side here, so I'm going to add the 7 and the 87. And then I have A's on both sides, so I want to combine like terms by moving over my A. And then divide by 2. And I get A equals 47 degrees. Now again, if I needed to find out any of those angle measures, I would go in and plug it in. So here I would go 3 times 47, which is 141 degrees. And then I would also go 47 plus 7 for this one and give me 54 degrees. And this is also a good way, when I plug it in, I can go and check and make sure that it actually adds up to be that correct amount. So when I add 54 plus 87, I should get 141, which if I plug it into my calculator or add it together, I do get 141. Now for your summarize, make sure that you write 2 to 3 sentences on what you learned. Some things that you could describe. What is an interior angle? What is an exterior angle? How to find missing interior or exterior angles. And then for your question today, I want you to find that exterior angle X down here and show your work for it.